Afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to this episode of Living Each Day on Purpose. I'm excited to be back with you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about change. Change is often difficult for many people. Often it's due to fear of uncertainty or fear of scarcity. Uncertainty, whether the change will work out, fearful or not, whether or not you have what it takes to do or no longer have enough or you're not enough. Whatever the case is, change is inevitable. But if you're afraid of change, you'll remain the same and nothing will get better for you. We're living in a world of constant change. Everything around us is continuing to change. And in this video today, I want to give you one simple mind shift that can change your life beginning today and help you embrace change and start achieving what you desire. Because it starts with your mind, it starts with your thinking. And if you don't get your thinking right, fear will creep in and keep you from what it is that you want to do. Welcome back, guys. I'm Dr. B, and I am thankful for you joining us here today for another session, Maximize Your Purpose, here on Living Each Day on Purpose, where we help you navigate through life issues to discover and walk in your purpose. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm so glad that you're back. Welcome to 2025, and thank you for your continued support. So let's go ahead and get into it today. Many of you know me as a mentor, as a coach, as a spiritual leader. And I know that sometimes I talk a lot about certain issues and certain topics. And the reason that I do is because they always come up in sessions that I have with people. And one of the things that they always ask me is, how did you get to do some of the things that you're doing? And how are you doing some of the things that you're doing? I know that sometimes it may seem on the outside looking at it, we have this amazing life, and we do. But it didn't just happen by chance. It took a lot of work, a lot of prayer, a lot of planning, a lot of mindset work, a lot of breaking out of fear, a lot of breaking out of our comfort zones, all of those things that are necessary to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish and to have what it is you want to have. Let me just check out the screen just for a minute, make sure we're good. Looks like we're good over here. Looks like we're working okay. Good deal. Just want to make sure everything is working okay. But what it requires, it requires an awareness of yourself. It requires consistent effort, and it requires the ability to enjoy whatever moment that you're in, whatever that is, while you're working toward what it is that you want. Because if you allow life's challenges and issues to become frustrating where you are, chances are you're not going to have the right mindset to get to where you're going. But all of this is change. All of this speaks to change. Change is one of the few things in all of the universe that doesn't remain the same. It's the only thing that is constantly evolving, constantly moving, constantly going from one state to another. As what I said earlier, change is inevitable. In other words, it will happen. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you do anything or not. Change is still going to occur. You can resist it and you can remain the same. You can fight against it, you can struggle against it. But the things around you are going to continue to evolve. They're going to continue to grow or manipulate or change or metamorphose. Therefore, the only thing that you can do is either you can embrace it and move forward, or you can reject it and continue to digress, which in case is it doesn't mean you're necessarily moving backwards. You're just not moving at all. And if you're not moving at all, then everything else is moving. So you're the same. You're staying in the same place. You're achieving the same thing or not achieving anything that you desire. I believe people genuinely want to change. Deep down inside, I believe we all have this desire that when we want better, we want to see better, we want to achieve better, we want to live better, we want to have better. I agree with that. But I believe also that not everybody is willing to do what it takes to see that change happen. So if you're here today, and that may be you, and you may be struggling in some kind of way, you may be wanting change in your life, and you're not necessarily doing what you need to do to change that. However, you may be doing some things, but it's not giving you the results that you want. Wanting change and doing what's needed to change are not the same thing. Just wanting it is not enough. You have to do what is necessary to see it happen and to see it come to pass. The first thing I want to suggest to you is that you get a desire, and then you get a deep desire to do whatever it takes to see what it is you want to come to pass, come to pass. And secondly, is then begin taking action on that desire. Because unless you're willing to get up every day and work toward what it is that you desire to have, you see in your mind's eye have, that's in your heart to have, without putting some effort and some action toward it, it's not just going to happen by osmosis. Many people, especially people of faith, have been taught believe that it's just going to happen if we just pray and just believe it's just going to happen. Well, you heard me talk enough about it on my broadcast that it's not just going to happen anyway. We have to do things needful and necessary for that to take place. And God is not going to do anything He's already empowered us to do. He is going to do what He has to do. But we also have to do what we have been empowered to do. You can't just want it. You have to be it. You have to do it. You have to act upon it. So here's the first mind shift that I want to give you today. And that is, change your life today, and it will help you start achieving what you want tomorrow. Start making small incremental changes today, and those things will begin to multiply domino effect into what you want to see tomorrow. You hear me talk all the time about it doesn't take much for something to happen, but it does take consistent energy and effort put toward it for it to happen. And a small thing can grow into a greater thing. The Bible tells us, do not despise the days of small beginnings. You have to begin with something little. You have me been talking about helping people with their wealth and finances at this stage of life, especially if you're in your mid 40s and 50s, especially heading towards your 60s or in your 60s. It's important that you began putting some things in place for the life that you want in this later stage in life, because it's not just going to be easy here. There are still things that have to happen and take place. You have to begin by changing the way that you see your thoughts and how you process them, and then how you process your emotions, because everything begins in the mind. It begins with a thought, and that thought turns into a belief, and that belief begins to form actions or inactions in our life. But they also contribute to what emotions we take. I've tried to, over the years, detach myself from emotion in the fact that I do not let it impact the decisions that I make, because my decisions in life cannot be based upon a feeling, cannot be based upon how I feel at the moment or at the time or at the day or the week or the month or what time of the year it is. Here is why I'm not a big proponent of New Year's resolutions, because if you haven't done the things that you need to do prior to any beginning of a year, you're going to go into the year with the same mindset, the same attitude, the same thought patterns, the same emotions, and not achieve what it is that you want. The truth is this, that it's easy to dwell on what's going wrong in your life instead of focusing and concentrating on what is working. Because if we focus and concentrate more on what is working, we will do more of what works. And when we do more of what works, we don't have to worry about what goes wrong. We have to spend a whole lot of time worrying about how we failed or how we missed it or how it didn't happen or how this didn't take place. That is unimportant. That's a lesson learned. We write it down in the lesson learned column, and we keep moving toward what works and what is working. And when we do that, we begin to see us having more of the consistency that we desire. Because when you take control and you change the what and the how in your mind, and you stop this feedback loop of limiting yourself and limiting what you can do and limiting what you can have and limiting who you can be, you begin to develop a mindset of empowerment. And change is all about being empowered to create a transformation in your life, a metamorphosis in your life, to where you go from the state that you once were to the state of being that you are desired and that you have been designed to be. You have to change how you feel about that. And in changing how you feel about that, you begin to achieve some of your biggest goals even faster. And when you change the way you think, you change the way you live. And when you change the way you live, you change the kind of life that you begin to have. You change the outcomes in that life. It's not difficult, but it does take work, it does take energy, and it does take effort. Change the way you think, and you change your life. Listen, I'm going to be on once a week here on Wednesdays just for a quick tidbit here at your lunch hour, 12:15. I apologize, I was a little late today. I had some computer issues and challenges, but got it worked out. But I hope this video was helpful to you today, and I hope that you're going to share it with someone in your life, a family member, a friend, a coworker, somebody that you know may need this as well. And if you haven't already, would you subscribe to the channel, set your notifications so that you know when I'm on, and leave me a comment down below with your thoughts and suggestions if you have more content that you would like to see me deliver. Check out the next videos that are attached to this one as you continue walking in truth. I want you to live in purpose every day and continue to pursue and follow purpose, because purpose never quits and purpose will never stop pursuing you. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Remember, purpose never quits. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.